Yeah. Yeah. We gon' ride out a little bit to this one, baby. Just kick back. Hey. Yeah, I want all y'all to turn your speakers up. Yeah, a little bit louder. There you go. Now you gotta slow it down and ride it out. I got my speakers on fire and I'm smoking on the way. People riding by and they don't know what to say. I got my speakers on fire. Say what? I got my speakers on fire.
What you got? I think it just came natural. You know, I just will always eventually just go to the mall or go to the shoe store just trying to look what people want rocking. If people are rocking it a lot, I don't like it. I'll buy it, hold it, then rock it later on after they didn't got theirs dirty or messed up. You know, that's how I just continued the trend. It's just over the years, I was just buying the shoe that not everybody was looking at. Or will go on clearance because people just wasn't up on it. Then I'll just hold it and bring it out and people say, what's that? You know, and it just kind of makes it unique when you have something that's not on everybody's feet.
What you got?
We kind of like a grab bag. Like we'll get stuff from everywhere, especially cultures and even music. And then we just kind of mix it all here. It's like we don't really have no definition.
It's not a word to be claiming just cause it sound cool. The game so twisted today for lack of ground rules. Is a man of his word, a man of action.
So you said you came from like a family of artists, you know. What do they think about, you know, graffiti as an art form, or do they know your involvement, or do they know what you do?
Kind of know what I do. They don't really have too much problem with it. They just don't like me in jail, that's all.
Okay. Do you think that, you know, any kind of classical or I guess called classical training that they have, you know, is rubbed off on you and your appreciation for, you know, color design and all that?
Well, my mother was a portrait artist. You know, she's good at drawing people, so I get it from her side.
Now, obviously, there's a little bit of you know, stigma that goes along with, you know, doing stuff in the dark and all. But have you ever had any like run-ins or, you know, any close calls or, you know, getting caught?
Yeah, numerous. You know, cops, dogs. You know, that sort of thing. Other people.
You ever get locked up?
Hmm? When I think about it, I think it's worth it. What else is there to do, you know? It's an adventure each time you go out. Kind of breaks the mundane routine. Something to do. Not really causing too much trouble.
Half-stepping ain't never made a move until the world configures everything that I do.
The world, man, like honestly, the world is inspiring because there's so many different stories and there's so many different lives that I just want to be able to touch every life. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that has felt a certain way, I want to be able to create that emotion. Beats, anytime I just hear like a crazy beat, it's just like, yo, like that motivates me to keep going because it's just being creative. Honestly, is just the I don't know, like it just feels a certain way. It's kind of hard to explain, but being creative just helps me live.
Undaunted, I knew the game was mine to win. Just like in life, all of my successes depend on me. I'm the man who has the ball. I'm the man who can throw it faster than fuck. So that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
I've seen what the good side, you know, of the world looks like, and also the bad side of the world. And then coming back here, it's kind of like I got that perspective, that open-mindedness to create differently.
Hip-hop and sneakers, the culture is always gonna go hand in hand because it's about expression. Like people listen to the hip-hop they do or make the hip-hop they do because, you know, they want to express themselves how they feel. Same day with sneakers. It's like you wake up with a certain feeling and it's like, I feel like wearing these. I want to express myself by putting these sneakers on today. So it's all about expression, showing what type of person you are, because you kind of, you know, you can kind of figure out the type of person someone is by the sneakers they have on their feet. Like, okay, they wear these kind. You can tell that somebody's just a fan type of person. Like, oh, they just buying these because everybody else. You can tell somebody really loves something. So, expression.
Turn my music high, 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 high.
People just might think of progression. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get from this place to another, but you don't think about what's in between to make that progress. It's a lot, and it could discourage you. It can knock you down, but you know, you need that adversity. You need to get, you know, you need to get slapped a few times in order to progress.
The most that they could do was find me.
Are you going through?
Yo.
What are you doing here? Do you think that if aliens, you know, extraterrestrials, could listen to our music, do you think that they could appreciate it? Do you think that God is, in a certain sense, in any way, real? I mean, I don't really agree with that, but I mean, I can respect it, I guess. Okay. Politics, huh? You like politics? What kind of politics is there when people have a shoe instead of a head? You are a being I have not encountered before, and I am unsure of how confrontation will really affect you.
You getting money better?
Check my French.
What time is it? Huh?
Check my French.
If you got my shit, you better check my French.
Pourquoi moi, c'est une erreur? Garde-moi, je suis noble de cœur. Arrêtez la chaleur, je crache sur Belzébuth, je garderai la foi. Et puis je l'uppercute. Pourquoi ce blâme? Pourquoi ce flamme? Pourquoi ce torréfacteur qui nous crame?
Okay, I understand you guys are pleading insanity, claiming demonic spirits possess you to do these hideous murders. Can you please explain to this court how these so-called spirits made you into these raving madmen?
I first got this Gang Starr album. I think it was hard to earn, and the inside was a burner that somebody did for him. I can't remember his name, but it was just Gang Starr, and it was like Guru and Premier pictures of them and stuff. And I think that was like heavy influence. And like Rakim used to talk about, you know, graffiti and things like that, and I met people who did it. You know what I mean? Hip hop was, I mean, I wasn't a break dancer or nothing. That's more of like, you know, Zai's level or something. But you know, MCing, just hip hop in general. You know, old school stuff. I mean, like freight trains, like 70s MTA, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's what really like defines like what I like, you know. Lately I've got a little more futuristic with, you know, art, and hip hop's got more futuristic and some of it's gotten dumbed down, and you know, you just come to appreciate all of it at one spectrum.
Be a witness as I exercise my exorcism. The evil that lurks within, the sin, the terrorism. Possessed by evil spirits, voices from the dead. I come forth with grave.
I think maybe they're just unhappy with how their issues are. They think maybe that if they start helping around, then they'll start building like an army of people that'll, you know, just try and follow them or whatever, and then I think it makes them feel better about what they do or what they don't do.
We don't want it. We know it fails. We've seen it happen in other countries. But by being educated in this country as a young person today and not having heard any of this stuff and having nothing to bear it on, you might not understand what mass murder looks like. The word Nazi is not the name of Hitler's party, but in fact the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Hitler was a monster. Everything you've heard about him is pretty much true.
Of a fool, a day in the life of a fool,
There's not an opportunity for me to stand up and express myself in front of any microphone except yours, and I'm happy to have that opportunity.
True hip-hop is very diversified, so you can find whatever if you go looking for it, but in the mainstream what people think of as hip-hop, because what's projected 90% of the time doesn't really help the perception of it that much, I don't think. You know, when especially nowadays, you have people more and more getting on records and bragging about, I don't know, crime, just whatever. I don't need to get into details, but you know, when you're bragging about crime and you're bragging about making money, and people hear that all the time. They don't see the fact that you bought mortgages for your family. They don't see the fact that all your friends work for you now and have a good living and can provide for their family. They don't. That's the truth, but that's the behind the scenes part of it, you know. So what's glorified and what's promoted most of the time is not necessarily helping the image.
Critical cure chemo, Janet Reno calling Captain Nemo, no answers, wild cancer killing my hemo, roll the dice, life in this fucked up casino, no time to get emo, blow the whistle, call a T.O. Shit, we know, had it on swish like a free throw, them friends old, get cold, it's 40 below, New Jack stack it up in the city without Nino, fuck a demo, shit's dead, we ain't get that memo, cut your show short, Jay Leno, hogs on the job, don't be alarmed, don't adjust your tempo.
I think the people that are doing it right are taking control of their own careers and maintaining their own image and staying in control and in power of their own situation.